Thank you for joining us for tonight's Folkspina live presentation. In addition to tonight's broadcast, all of our episodes are archived at nytf.org. Please help us spread the word about our series by sharing with your social networks. Also, if you're able, please do consider a donation to the National Yiddish Theater Folkspina. Your support, no matter how small or large, enables us to continue our mission of producing and presenting and preserving Yiddish culture. Ashenim Dank. Thank you.
Shalom Aleichem, lieber Freund. Ich heiße Motl Didner. Und das ist 15 Minute Yiddish. Mehr weniger. Von der Nationaler Yiddish Theater Volksbühne. Jede Woche bringen wir euch eine Mini-Lektion in Yiddish Sprach und Kultur. Welcome back to 15 Minute Yiddish. In our last lesson, we learned about Yiddish greetings and introductions. If you missed that or any of our past episodes, you can view them on demand at nytf.org. Let's review the last lesson. Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Shalom. Ich heiße Sophia. Wie heißt du? Ich heiße Murray. Sehr angenehm, Murray. Sehr angenehm, Sophia.
Guten Morgen.
Good morgen, good Jahr. Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
A gute Nacht.
Seid gesund, Professor. Today we're going to wade into truly terrifying territory and ask the question, Nu, how are ya? But first, let's take a look at a little vocabulary. In Yiddish, the indefinite articles a and on function exactly the same way as their counterparts in English. A Buch, an apple. Let's take a look at some words to do with questions and answers. A question is a Frage. In Yiddish, we don't say, I have a question. We say, I want to ask something. Ich will etwas fragen. Frage is the noun meaning a question. Fragen is the verb meaning to ask.
Oh, ich will etwas fragen.
Sehr gut.
No, I mean I really want to ask a question.
Avada, of course.
Is it okay to chew gum in this class?
Did you bring enough for everybody?
Yeah.
Chewing gum? Oh, how whimsical. Oh, good. This is the kind that doesn't stick to the dentures. It's for later gum. Excuse me? I'm going to save it for later. As I was saying, ich will etwas fragen. Sehr gut, Hinder. No, I really mean I have a question. Avada, of course. How do you say thank you in Yiddish? A Dank. Oh, just like in German. Close. In German, they say Danke. In Yiddish, a Dank. A Dank for the chewing gum, Scott. Getting back to the point I was trying to make.
Ich will etwas fragen.
Ja,
How do you say you're welcome?
nicht auf was. I'm glad you're so enthusiastic. We'll cover polite phrases in our next class.
Nicht auf was, Hinde?
Everyone got their gum?
Ich will etwas...
It's called Kaigume, Scott. In Yiddish, chewing gum is called Kaigume.
A Dank.
Nicht auf was. I think he wants to move on with today's lesson. A Dank, Sophia. So, a question is a Frage. These are the interrogatives in Yiddish. Was is what? Wenn is when. For was is why. Literally, for what. Wie is how. We saw this one last week in HEYSTU, how are you called? Now these two get a bit tricky. Wer is who, and wo is where. As English speakers, it seems like it should be the other way around. And as you start to speak Yiddish, you'll probably mix these two up a bit. But don't worry, with a little practice, it'll come naturally. An answer is an entfer. These are answer words. Ja is yes. Nein is no. Avade, of course. Efsher, perhaps. Mistame, probably. Ich weiß nicht. I don't know. You know what that means. Today we'll look at the verb machen, to make. You'll understand why in a moment. Machen is a regular verb and it follows the same conjugation pattern as hasten. Ich mach, drop the N. Du machst, drop the N, add an ST. Sie, es, macht, drop the N, add a T. Wir machen, leave the N alone. Ihr macht, drop the N, add a T. Sie machen, leave the N alone. Class, ich mach, du machst, sie, es macht, wir machen, ihr macht, sie machen. Great. Now the reason why we learned the verb machen, to make, is that in Yiddish we don't say, how are you? We say, what do you make? Was machst du? If it's a person who you have an informal relationship with, and was macht ihr? If it's more than one person or a single person who you have a formal relationship with. My mother used to say, was hört sich? My father used to say, wie geht es? Yes, there are some variations on this. We'll learn those in future weeks as we pick up more verbs. In the meantime, let's just stick to was machst du and was macht ihr. Now, let's look at some possible answers. And this is just a small sampling of the dozens of possible answers that you can give. And when replying to was machst du, you do not need to say ich mach. One-word answers are perfectly acceptable. But first, a word of caution. There are no good answers, because you risk tempting the evil spirits that will ruin your life if they think that things are going too well by you answering gut, good, or sehr gut, very good. If you say one of these things, you will need to immediately cancel it out by saying, keine Hure. That's one response. It means no evil eye. The other response is, Sophia? I'm sorry, I do not expectorate. The other way is to go tu tu tu. And if you want to be really authentic about it, you do it between your fingers like this. Tu tu tu.
Kida hora tu tu tu. My mentor, Professor Elizabeth Socia Gittel Williamson, used to say, Kinohora poo poo.
Thank you, Professor. Yes, some people do say poo poo instead of tutu. Now, getting back, we've got gut and sehr gut.
Hat vergessen zu sagen, Kinderhure, jetzt will ich ihm geben a flat tire mit mein Goppel.
Kinehore tututu. A dank hinde. Now, if you're feeling so-so, you can say nicht kosher, which means not bad, and it's probably the safest answer that you can give.
Nicht kosher.
Nicht kosher. If you say that you're not doing well, you should expect a very deep dive into what exactly it is that's troubling you. But we'll save the art of the kvetch for our next episode. If you want to say that you're doing badly, you say schlecht, or very badly, sehr schlecht. Schlecht.
Sehr schlecht.
Horrible is schrecklich. Schreck means horror.
Oh, like the movie character Shrek? Oh, that makes perfect sense. Although, he's not really all that scary. Although he thinks he is. But I guess that's pretty central to his inner character.
Exactly. Now, if it's so bad that you don't even want to talk about it, you say, frag nicht. Don't ask. When someone used to ask my mother, was machst du? She used to say, kein Briss mach ich nicht. Right. That is a play on words with a good dose of Yiddish sarcasm. What do you make? I'm not making a bris. Nit or nicht, by the way, mean not, and they're used completely interchangeably by Yiddish speakers, the same way that in English you can say yes or yeah or even yep. Now, we are venturing beyond Yiddish language and into the Yiddish psyche, where we find the most Yiddish answer of all. Was machst du? Was soll ich machen? How are you? How should I be? My mother used to say, Oi, soll sein auf meine Sonnen gesucht. Yes, that's another good answer. Literally, may it be said of my enemies, meaning, may my enemies' lives be just as terrible as mine. Oh, and you can add oi to just about any Yiddish sentence. Now, among the more religious members of our community, you'll often hear the answer, Baruch Hashem. It literally means blessed be the name, but really it means thank God, and it's a good way of evading both the evil eye and having to explain your aches, pains, and troubles. A couple other good answers. Es kann allemal sein besser. It could always be better. Or, es kann allemal sein ärger. It could always be worse. Let's try this out. Was machst du, Scott?
Gut. Was macht ihr, Professor?
Nicht koscher. Was machst du, Sophia? Kein Briss mach ich nicht. Was machst du, Hinter? Sehr gut, Kinderhore. Was machst du, Marie? Soll sein auf meine Sonnen gesucht. Was machst du, Wayne?
Was soll ich machen?
Sehr gut. So we're really starting to establish the basics of a conversation. Let's get a couple of volunteers to have a shmuz. Sophia and Wayne.
Sholem Aleichem.
Aleichem Sholem.
Ich heiss Wayne. Wie heißt du?
Ich heiss Sophia.
Sehr angenehm.
Sehr angenehm. Was machst du?
Gut, tu, a Dank. Was machst du?
Es kann allemal sein Ärger, Darling.
Sei gesund.
Sei gesund. Sehr, sehr gut. Seid gesund alle. Join us next week as we learn polite expressions and the fine art of the Yiddish kvetch. Murray, you want to take us out?
Oivings Mama, sie wird ein bisschen alt, und schickt sie zu wohnen dort in Miami Beach. Mit ein paar Chodoshim später, sie geht ihm ein Telefon und sie sagt, Oiving, es ist so schön du in Miami Beach, die Mies kommen visiten. Sagt alright Mama, ich will kommen. Sagt sie, geht. Und wenn du wirst kommen zu meinem Binyan, so dort ein Button. Mir geht der Quetscher so mit Nellen beugen. In der Doorman wird er reinlassen. Mir geht zum Elevator, und so dort ein Button. Mir geht es Quetsch mit Nellen beugen. In der Elevator-Apparator wird er bringen gleich zum 7. Floor. Kim zum Apartment 704, so dort ein Button, geht es Quetsch mit Nellen beugen so, und ich will dir reinlassen. Sagt nu geht. Aber Mama, zu was darf man machen so mit Nellen beugen? Sagt sie, what, you're gonna come empty-handed?